Hello there, guys. And before we get going to start off race number 2 here at Savannah, Savannah was kind of obligated by Sony Cup Series officials because Savannah only allows 27 cars to take to the racetrack on every speed weeks. So we have 42 cars come into this race wanting to make the field. Some guys failed to qualify, and some was kind of big shocking names, and some surprisingly slid their way into the field. Let's get you down to the guys that did not make the race. Charles Jackson for Earnhardt Ganassi Racing, or not Earnhardt, Earnhardt Childress Racing. That one team did not get that car into the field, along with the 0-1 of Michael Walton and the Lightning Strike Racing team. They did not make the field as well. And also, the 10 of Sky Collins, who came runner-up in the Daytona 500. Got some good points out of there. He ended up failing to qualify for this race. And, the 46 of Ashley Mace, she was the slowest all speed weeks at all. Couldn't even get out of the 22-second brackets when everyone else was running 19s. She failed to qualify. Brad Johnson, the other Gunzlin Motorsports car, and the 51 car, he also failed to qualify. And also we have the 52 of Drew Austin, the first Jimmy Means Racing car, or all the Jimmy Means Racing cars failed to qualify for the for this round. And also Dylan Young, the 70, as we was talking about the Jimmy Means Racing car, he failed to qualify, along with his teammate Jake Williams. Jordan Franzen also failed to qualify. The 75 of Noah Hart, he failed to qualify as well. Victoria Miller in the 81 car failed to qualify, along with Stephen Paul III, who got third in the Daytona 500. He failed to qualify. 97 car, a Hendrick Motorsports car of Joseph Clark. One of the biggest surprises about him, he failed to qualify because he couldn't get up to a good amount of speed. And the final car that did not make the field, he barely almost got in this field. It was Nicholas Guerrera, just barely falling out of the field, not being able to start the race here at Savannah. Now we are on the grid. Brandon McGuire in the 16 car, he'll have the pole in that 16 car. I don't know the sponsor of it, but expect that car to be really quick. He was quick in practice and quick in qualifying. The two Coreweiser Racing cars right there, Mason Gordon and Luke Martin, they're going to be a threat down here near the end of this race as well, I believe so, because they was really quick in all practice areas. And then lining up in 4th place right there, Daniel Day. His car is in complete qualifying mode. They tried so hard to get that car into this field by qualifying setups. He ran at a maximum pace of only 5 laps in this field. As the pace car is going to pull in, we're going to get you down to your starting lineup. As the pace car is in, Brett Totter, Vidaravu in the 66 did not get going and get fired on the start there. He looks like he has problems. He won't take to the green flag here in Savannah. But here we go. 26 other guys will work green flag at Savannah. completion of lap number 1. Mason Gordon has already jumped way out front into the lead. But he was really quick in the practice area. He's going to be one heck of a car to deal with. There's one car in particular that's really surprising me is Daniel Day, because he's been really slow ever since testing. So a good run here today could really help him out. Just right now they're running in 3rd place. The outside groove is very fast as well. Many people tend to be able to get around on the outside quicker than any other car. So expect people to be using up that outside line. Back here in the rear of the field, here's Jamie Muckley in the 41 car. He has struggled all speed weeks to get inside the top 20 in the standings, or not standings, but the practice. He barely got into this race. He got started dead last, barely beat Nicholas Guerrera in the qualifying session by only 4 1,000ths of a second, and that was good enough to get the 41 into the field. Here's your Daytona 500 champion, Nicholas Cordobos. He won the 500 last season. He won it this season, and that was pretty big for him. Now he's coming into this race with a mindset of points, because now that you got one win on your shoulders, that means you're pretty good set coming to the chase, because we got to chase this season, guys. 10 guys will be able to fight it out this season, at least, at the most. Jacob Hart in the 19. He's also been really quick. This is his hometown, so Jacob Hart's gonna try all he can to try and bring home a win. He only lives about 30 minutes away from this racetrack as well. Nick Mace in 4th place in the 48 car. The 48 teams really kind of struggled to find anything in practice as well. They came in with a mindset to try and get a race drum going, and somehow did practice right there around 18th position. Got up there to qualify fairly well, up to in 6th position there. But up front, the front 3 are pulling away. Brandon McGuire, also a hometown hero, trying to bring the fans, the Georgia native fans, a victory for them. But here comes Daniel Day, a Gunselin Motorsports team. An underfunded car on the outside right here. Oh boy! Drives it in deep on the high side, trying to get around McGuire. Using the high side to his advantage, Daniel Day is going to hold into 3rd place. We got ourselves a position. We got ourselves a battle right here for 4th place on the racetrack. And that is with Nick Mason, Jacob Hart, Luke Martin right in behind as well. So they're going to make it a 3-car hunt right there for the 4th position. I wonder if Rohe Vidarvu has gotten back on the racetrack. No, Rohe Vidarvu in the 66 has retired early in this race. So Vidarvu will not return to the racetrack. He will retire in 27th position, earning himself a point, 1 point in this race. Now, there's been a lot of talk about right here, as the pavement has really made it really bad for these guys to drive on. The pavement has went away so bad on this racetrack since the last few times we've raced here over the seasons, that we may see pit stops in this race, because the tire wear has made the tires go away really quick, where they may want to blow on these guys. So look out for pit stops. We may have some of them if we're not careful. But Mason Gordon has led every lap so far out of 16. That Corweiser racing crew has really been hitting on stuff at every racetrack we've tested at. This one was one of them. So they've pretty much found everything set when they came to this racetrack to find themselves a setup. The only car that was really slow in the Corweiser racing stable was Jordan Davis, but he only really practiced around outside the top 15. But McGirt in the 16, he's got a fast car for Johnston Enterprises. He drives it up on the high side, but does not have the grip up high to be able to challenge the 11 of Mason Gordon. Mucklin in the 41 car, man, he's struggled all speed weeks. Starting right now, just limping around the racetrack in 26. Just happy to be in the field, Muckley is. Very close about the aerodynamics car right there not being able to make the field. But up front, it'll be halfway now, and these two are still battling. Gordon on the inside, McGirt on the outside. McGirt's got some short track experience as he won back in season 2 of Bearfield. That was a short track pretty much similar to this racetrack, but with less banking. McGirt, he just gets a run on through the straightaway to be able to try and drive it in deep on the high side. And you got to give props to the 12 team of Daniel Day, the Gunzilla Motorsports stable. Both of his cars, Daniel Day, the 46 and the 51, his teammates did not even practice into the... They practiced. It was close to making the field somewhat. Daniel was also close to not making the field as well and practiced the way they ran. But Daniel somehow got up there to 4th place in qualifying. Don't ask me. But, yeah, he's trying to prove something out there for the Gunzilla Motorsports stable. Now, I think the tires are getting to Daniel as he's falling into the clutches of Nick Mace. Brandon McGirt still right there on the back bumper of Mason Gordon. Brandon McGirt's trying all he can, but that 11 car is really fast. I don't know if Brandon can do anything with him, but Mason Gordon just, he just seems to be able to have such a great car. Nothing that McGirt can do at this point of the race. He's got to hope for some pit strategy here. Nick Mace is now charged up onto the back of the 12 of Daniel Day, as that's going to be a battle for 3rd place on the racetrack there. I wonder if we will see any green flag pit stops, because as I've heard on the radio stable, a bunch of drivers are screaming on the radios for gripping more grip. So I would expect these guys to pull in for pit stops to put in some adjustments there on them race cars to get themselves set. But I don't know. Do you pit from the stand of the race with only about 12 to go? Mason Gordon. His only win in the Sony Cup Series was all the way back in Season 2 at Atlanta, driving for Hendrick Motorsports. He came close to repeating that season as well, but just couldn't quite get it done. But he has really been driving away from Brandon McGirt right now. Nothing McGirt can do at this standpoint. This is the battle for 3rd place on the racetrack, involving Daniel Day, Nick Mace, and Jacob Hart. Right now for Daniel, it's just great. It's just great for him to be running right there in 3rd place and try and get more equipment and be able to challenge for more and more in this down in the season. So good qualifying effort by Daniel to get his car up there and to be able to stay up there. Jacob Hart in the 19 has now caught Nick Mace. He's charging up on the outside. The local Georgia native. He goes the outside of Nick Mace, but can Mace mount a challenge to stay on the inside of him? Jacob Hart drives it in deep, but Mace is driving it back in low. But down the straightaways where Jacob Hart's been the best. Trying to make the pass on the outside here. I don't know if he can do anything with him. with only on lap 32 of 40. Coming around lap 33 of 40, does Mason Gordon have enough fuel or gasoline? That's what many people are asking them. Can they make it on fuel? Can they make it on tires? We've not seen anybody pull into the pit road yet, but we may expect them to come down here. Jacob Hart has passed Nick Mace now for the 4th position. He is trying to pounce on the 12 car now. That 19 car really does look like he has a fast car in the long race term. Trying to do something here. On the outside of Daniel now. He sure has a fast car. Here he comes on the outside, trying to get the final spot on the podium here off turns number 4 with only 6 laps to go. Battle for 3rd place continues with Jacob Hart and Daniel Day. Mason Gordon, the 11 car, has been so strong. He's just been pulling away, pulling it margin by margin over Brandon McGirt. Nothing McGirt, the hometown hero, can do. Just Corwise racing at its best right here, bringing the right motors here at this racetrack here at Savannah, doing what they need to try and win this race. We're hearing that Mason Gordon may be low on fuel, so we may be looking at him coming down pit road. He's got a big of a lead here. He could be trying to make it on fuel now. If he could just stay out here, as he does again, with over 3 to go here off turns number 4. Will the tires last? Will the fuel last? That's what they're asking for Mason Gordon right now. Asking for him to conserve fuel. Back for 2nd place, Jacob Hart has caught the other hometown hero, Brandon McGirt. The hometown heroes have really been doing good for their hometown here today to try and show out in front of their fans. 2nd and 3rd, but not 1st place. I'm pretty sure they would want to get up to 1st place, but Jacob Hart drives it around on the outside. Nothing that they can do to that 19 car. He just has that fast of a race car. He's got such a fast race car. Look how fast he is. That white flag is in the air for Mason Gordon. I think he's gonna have enough. Looks like he's been saving enough fuel as it is. But boy, he's gotta be lucky that he didn't have to run 20 more laps. Because if Mason Gordon had to run 2 more laps, that Jacob Hart would have caught him. But people are making pit stops, but it's good enough for Mason Gordon. He'll go back to victory lane. 5 seasons later ago, he'll go back to victory lane with a 2nd career win for Corwise Racing. And boy, some guys had to pit on that last exchange of pit stops right there, because they was running out of gas and low on tire wear. They're about to blow. Mason Gordon will come out of here with the victory though. Nothing they could have done to that 11 car. It was just that quick. Let's get you to your finishing results.